Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Heavenly Cynt Speaks. My guest today couldn't make it. I think he just Facebook messaged me maybe 10 minutes ago and said that he was an hour away, that he could still come, but he'd be an hour away. I'm sorry, an hour late. So I informed him that that's the reasoning behind me sending the address to individuals 2 weeks in advance to whereas they can make the necessary arrangements to get to the place in a timely fashion. Nevertheless, he's not here. There's always a ram in the bush. Thank God for my son filling in the gap. Right?
Yes.
Thank my son for filling in the gap. So, as we often mention, Heavenly Cynt Youth is pretty much a youth support group where we pretty much get kids Davion's age and etc. and take them on adventures. We do things like horse ranch, right? What else we do?
We do. We do out of town. We go out of town.
Yesterday we just went to Starved Rock Park, which was really nice. It was a hike. We took the dog. What other things we do?
We
went to Brookfield Zoo. And with that being said, we just added something new to our agenda. And my son is extremely shy and laid back. And, I often tell him that in order for others to know your talents, you have to talk about it or even showcase it. So when I talk about all the good things that he's doing, he's like, no, Mom, don't say anything, right? And so with that being said, my son just made the Chicago Sky tumbling team, which was so awesome. The season just ended Friday. And so tell them what the Chicago Sky team entails, son.
We went to the playoffs. And we did flips on the court. And we throw t-shirts during halftime. Yeah, halftime shows. And that's it.
Isn't that not cool? I mean, there's over thousands of people at these games, and my son is able to go on the floor and entertain the guests while timeout is being rendered. And with that being said, we've met so many players and so many celebrities in just, 2-3 months that you've been on the team? And so it's been nothing but an experience for me, and I'm sure it has for him. He's real laid back, and so for him to be like the hype man was exciting to see him pretty much change his demeanor, but he did a good job. The coach is proud, and so now they're getting ready for the 2020 season. So he's practicing with them 3 days a week. I thank Coach Tim for allowing us to be a part of that program. I think he did the halftime show with Casper, the cha-cha guy. Too young to know what it is. He did. You know Casper, the cha-cha guy? What song he sing?
He be singing. Move right to the right. Yeah.
Right, that guy. I think they also did D-Lo, right? Yeah, everybody know who D-Lo is, the D-Lo Shuffle guy. And who else? Oh, we got to take a picture with a couple of Sky players, and it's really exciting because I got an athletic background. I used to play basketball, got a scholarship, and often tell my son I'm going to take his ankles. And so for me to go and see those large women play and run up and down the court that close is awesome. Do you know the girl we took a picture with?
Brittany, I forgot.
Brittany Grinder, I think. Maybe saying her name wrong. But most of those women are extremely nice. They come out and take pictures and sign autographs for the players, and it's just a pretty cool experience. I'm walking through the stadium, meeting all these different people, and so yeah. Also, partner with. We just did a 3-on-3 basketball tournament at Foster Park. My son couldn't be a part of that because he had to be at the Chicago Sky game preparing for practice. Right? What do you guys? They have to be there early, just to make sure. As I just mentioned, time is everything. So they have to be there, suited up, and in the mood for, what's to come as far as the game. And so that goes back to me mentioning how important time is. I didn't realize how important time was until, I've been realized how important time was, but they often say the early bird catches the worm, and I didn't understand that, which means that the earlier you get up, the more you'll be able to accomplish or get. And so I've been trying to manage time myself. I'm excited. This is September, my birthday month. Yay! My birthday month. And it's crazy because every year, me and my son take a trip. Where we go last year?
We went to Disney World.
Disney World in California or
Florida.
in Florida. And what type of experience was that for you?
It was great because I get to see the big castle. I get to get on roller coasters, did all fun stuff. And
What did we do? What was the most exciting thing about that Disney trip?
um,
Well, maybe it wasn't exciting for you, but it was exciting for me.
I forgot.
We swam with the dolphins. How could you forget that?
Yeah.
We swam with the dolphins. Who swims with the dolphins? So that was so cool.
But that was at
SeaWorld. So we did all day inclusive. I think that's how you pronounce it. Where we was able to we had like this tutorial. We stood in the water. Tell them about it.
Oh yeah. We swam with the dolphins. We stood in water and we saw sharks, but they think it had no teeth. And we saw stingrays.
And there was a part in there where you could swim with the stingrays. You remember toward the back, and it was cool because they also had this thick glass,
Net.
probably bulletproof, where they had sharks. Remember that? And you could swim over there, and you could see the sharks face to face. That was really cool. I don't care for water, so it was kind of different for me. But yeah, I really enjoyed. So with the dolphins, we swam out. No, we didn't swim. We walked out as far as we could go. And then they had the dolphins come. They raised the gate. The dolphin came, and we rubbed them and touched them. And, of course, they had people there to help us, I guess, get comfortable. I think my son was a little nervous being in the water with such a large animal. Do sharks bite? I don't know.
Sharks.
I'm sorry. Do dolphins bite?
Oh, yeah. They got teeth.
So it's a possibility that dolphin could have bit us.
Yeah, if it's wild.
But it wasn't wild. It was tame, right?
Bit us.
It was tame, which means that them dolphins encounter millions of people.
But you said it was gonna bite us.
I said, coulda. Like, it still got teeth. Okay, just like dogs. Dogs are tame. They got owners, but guess what? Dogs still bite.
When they try to pretend they guardian.
When they try to pretend you.
When they try to protect their guardian
So,
from danger.
what about the show that was in Vegas where the tigers bit their owner?
That was a wild animal. And they come from the jungle somewhere.
But they had those tigers since they was babies.
They still wild.
Same thing with a dog. A dog is wild.
But they never come from no jungle or no Africa. No. Only hyenas.
What about coyotes?
Yeah, that's in the forest somewhere.
Remember we seen that coyote in Garfield Park? You took off running, didn't you?
No, you see no coyote, girlfriend.
Remember they had put some articles in the paper about the coyote in Garfield Park? And so, yeah, where else we go? We did go to Vegas. You remember we went to Vegas? We went to Vegas. Where else did we go?
Where we went? I forget where we went.
We went to San Francisco. No, San Diego.
San Diego, yeah.
San Diego. And what did we do out in San Diego?
What did we do? Forget what we did.
We went to San Diego and we swam. No, we went.
No, we went on the boat. Boat.
We went dolphin watching. No, whale watching, right?
Yeah.
We went whale watching. And so that was another experience that I'll never forget because we went about 5 hours in the Atlantic Ocean. And I would think they said the water was like 300 or 400 feet deep, correct?
Right.
And we got seasick.
Sick.
We got sick. We were sick. We were on a little boat, and those big waves was choppy, and it was moving. Me and my son took all that Dramatidine or whatever you call the stuff that's supposed to help you with motion sickness. However, it didn't work because we took it on the boat. We're supposed to take that 2 hours before. So we did see a sea otter. We seen about, how many dolphins you think that was? Do you remember seeing it? Yeah, we seen about 100 dolphins on the side of the boat. I have a video of that on my Facebook page. On the side of the boat, just in and out of water. That was an experience like never before. We did see a whale. I think my son was asleep at that time. A sea otter. That was my first time seeing a sea otter. What else did you see? Remember when we were going on the boat on the side of the little dock thing? There was a sea otter and there was something else. I can't remember what else. What other animal? So it's pretty cool. So I say all that to say it goes back to my beliefs. It's important for parents to be active in their kids' lives. You can buy your kid all the materialistic stuff. You can buy them all the new Jordans, all the technology, and all that other stuff. However, if you don't spend time with your kids, you are lacking as a parent. I mean, simple as that. So often we put these video games and these gadgets in these kids' hands, and they, these video games are shooting, they killing, they just doing, just pretty much real life. The same thing they do on the streets. What's the name of that game?
Fortnite.
They do killing and shooting on there?
Yeah.
That Grand Theft Auto game.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, they say one of those games you can go to the hotel and you can go to the strip club, you can steal cars, you can shoot. And we put these... What you laughing for? You playing that game?
I don't play that game. I don't even got that game.
Oh, good. See? He know better.
But I do want that Ancestors game, though.
What's the Ancestors game?
It's like 10,000.
First of all, is it an educational game?
Yeah,
because I always tell my son, if you're going to do something, whatever you decide to do, make sure that you're able to learn something from it, right? Don't I always tell you that? Right. And so, this game you want for PlayStation 4, correct?
Right.
And so we went looking for this game, and they don't yet have it. And so what exactly is this game?
It's like a game. It's way before we was on the earth. That's when we was apes.
We were apes?
Yeah. Well, not you. Not you.
I was about to say
because you light-skinned.
So, like, ain't no light-skinned apes?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
No, but it was usually...
It's an old game, and what do you do in this game?
It's not old, new.
Okay, it's a new game, but it's back in BC, so it's old. So what are you doing in the game?
Old in that game.
Old in that game. What do you say?
You gotta play as an ape until like it's gonna start off as year 0, since it's 2000 BC.
Okay.
Then when you reach that, you go to
So is it like a maze game? Is it a mission game?
No, it's not technically a mission. No, they don't give you hints. You just gotta.
So it's like wildlife, surviving a wild.
Survival, yeah. And you gotta turn into a human. You gotta study stuff. When you study stuff, some of the hair come off your body as an ape. And when you study more stuff, you gonna turn into a human.
Oh, so you have to do research.
Like the brain. Like they got small brains like this. When they do some more studying, their brain get bigger.
And then they eventually turn into a
human.
So will that game teach you how to survive in the forest?
Yep.
Okay, so
we have poisonous berries.
So we just came from Starved Rock Park. And
they don't teach me all the poison out here. You gotta look on your phone and do that.
I'm saying, so will this game teach you how to survive in the forest?
Oh yeah.
So do this game teach you about poison? I remember even at the park they said snakes and all that. Remember they said that?
Bite poisonous snakes.
So it brings me great joy to be able to converse with my son, to experience all these different things with him, because I am his first teacher. And so what I instill in him now, I pray that it'll register in his brain when he get older. It's easy for me to drop him off with my mom. I thank God for my mother and my grandmother. They're my support system. They make sure my son is taken care of. When he's with them, I have no worries. I don't allow my son to go to different people's houses. I don't allow him to be outside without parental guidance, and for the most part, that's without me. And so that's important. You have to be mindful of the company that you keep, even around your son. For instance, if I'm teaching my son not to wear his pants sagging, then I'm now bringing men around him with their pants sagging. What am I teaching him? I'm even mindful of profanity or even consuming adult beverages, in the presence of my son. I'm not a perfect parent by far. I make mistakes. I will make mistakes. My son is not a perfect kid. He makes mistakes. I have to jack him up sometimes. He don't like to clean his room. I have to tell him. I have to repeat things to him over and over at times. But at the end of the day, he gives me no problems. I mean, he's not a problematic kid. The teachers at his school love him. The park district, we just left the park district, and they, were happy to see him, and I was talking to them about some of the wonderful things that he's been doing out of camp. He's learning to swim. He is. I know he doesn't like for me to say that
I've been knew how to swim.
Okay, I'm sorry. He been knew how to swim. So he was swimming. He plays the drums. He often plays the keyboard. Yeah, you was playing the keyboard.
I ain't never played the keyboard.
So
I ain't never played the guitar. I remember you finna say that.
No, I'm not.
I ain't never,
I don't have any videos of you playing it. So when we at home, you don't be think.
Sometimes.
Exactly. Exactly.
I just be doing that.
I got some videos of you playing. See, he's so shy. He don't like to showcase the stuff. He's a very talented kid. He's smart, and he could be doing anything outside of what I'm teaching him. I thank God that he listens when I talks. I'm not teaching him to be a materialistic kid. I teach him to have his own identity. Don't follow the in crowd. If there's kids in your school, camp, or wherever you may be that's causing trouble, what do?
We'll tell the teacher.
Or if you sit next to a kid and they being problematic, you move around, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so he knows to flee from any negative energy. It's funny because when we were coming here, he's friends with the 8th grader, and I was like, he's in the 8th grade, right?
Right.
And he has an 8th grader that's a friend of his, and I'm like, how'd you get an 8th grader? And he was like, well, Mom, he's not real popular, and what'd you say?
Yeah, he not real popular. Like he always getting bullied and stuff. So I just hang around him because he don't be doing he don't be doing that.
Do he bother you?
No.
Right. So I commend that. And see, he could easily be running towards the popular kids or the problematic kids, but I'm not teaching him that because quite often the problematic kids will eventually be in trouble. He has his own identity. He has his own brain, and so I'm teaching him every day to be you. You don't have to do what everybody doing. You don't have to wear what everybody wearing. Sometimes I don't like his haircut or even some of the gym shoes that he picks out. Nevertheless, he is developing his own identity, and I have to, as a parent, allow him that space or that growth to whereas he would grow up to be his own person. And so he's been in school 2 weeks.
Yep.
2 weeks. And so with public school being today, so how's school going for you, kid?
It's going good.
What's good about it?
Wait, no, that's going bad because we got a test on Thursday. And we didn't even start school. We did start school, but we didn't even get to learning none yet.
What kind of test y'all got?
That map test on the computer.
Oh, goodness. So whatever y'all been doing last year, perhaps you can apply it to this year's map test.
No, it's 6th grade.
Okay. But you haven't even looked at it yet. It might not even be that bad. Could you give it a chance? Look at it first before you get all extra to me. It's a test. It's Thursday, so that means that you have to eat some breakfast in the morning. You have to go to bed early at night so you can be ready for your map test.
School experience.
Oh, also, my son attended summer camp, and so tell him where your summer camp is, and tell him where your summer camp is, and tell him some of the things that you did.
My summer camp. Okay, first we go to Johnson to the school. Then it's a bus that picks us up.
So it's a drop. So they go to a grammar school for drop-in learning center, and so they meet their teachers and some of their classmates and discuss the curriculum for the summer, and then after the drop-in learning center is over with, which is I think a week. It's a week after the drop-in learning center is over with. Then what do you do?
Go home.
Okay, and then preparing yourself for the summer camp, correct?
Wait.
So drop-in.
Let me tell you first. First you gotta go to school.
Okay.
Then it's a bus that picks us up.
Okay.
Then it take us to North Central College.
Where's that?
Naperville.
So he goes his summer camp for the last how many years?
Since I was in first.
So how many years is that?
6.
So 6 years he's been going to North Central College for summer camp. And so what is it that you do there? In Naperville, Illinois. So what do you do there?
We do fun activities.
Such as?
We do eat breakfast, lunch,
Breakfast, lunch.
We do work sometimes on summer vacation.
That's a good thing because what else is it that you should be doing on summer vacation besides sitting at home, sleep, playing games all day?
I ain't even go to the beach yet.
The beach you did. You went to Camp Duncan and got sick because of the dirty bacteria.
Not the beach.
The beach is the same thing. Like a beach and a lake and Camp Duncan is the same thing. All that water is bacteria.
So I can't go there.
No, you cannot go back to no lagoon.
I'm just not gonna go to the lake. Can I just go to the pool?
To the pool. The pool is a little
I'm
better.
gonna ask him, can I go to the pool?
Because the pool got some little chlorine, some stuff that help keep the water hot. I
I
guess.
saw a catfish and it hit my toe when I was doing a blog.
See, you swimming with catfish. Them fish is nasty, eat anything. But anyway, tell them about.
That's what Granny be eating. Sometimes she be cooking.
Why you trying to come my grandma?
No, she love that catfish.
Granny, you talk about you?
That's
Joella too. Joella be eating it too. You funny. So the catfish that hit your foot.
Then they alarm me. Eat.
So the catfish that hit your foot, they probably eating it. They probably swam from.
So I should get my bag and bring a catfish home so Granny can fry it. With me.
Finish telling about North Central College.
No.
So you go there, and so their classrooms are actually on the dorm, in the actual classrooms that the college kids, generally will have class in. And so this program actually, what's so unique about this program is that I was one of the, what do you call it? I was one of the first students to be a part of this program. And so this program started, I'm forever 21, right? So I ain't gonna tell my age. Many years ago, where me, Jan Fitzsimmons, Eric Knox, and Timothy Davis, we would go to the library and have a drop-in learning center, which now is huge. This program is 38 years old, something like that. And so, and so we started the program, Pioneers, and we would go spend a night at Jan Fitzsimmons' house. And I forgot her position, but she does something at North Central College.
Oh, she's the head leader.
She's something there. Nevertheless, she was extremely nice. We were, her husband, Dan, they welcomed us to their house. They had this big old house in Barrington. We would go there and stay the night. And so, with that being said, as the years went on, the program grew and grew and grew and grew. And so now, many years later, my son is a part of the program. So that is so dope to me. And so for him to be able to be a part of something that I started, an educational program, is really cool. And so with the program, like I said, they have different classes and the college dorm. The college on college campus, and each year it's a different theme. I don't remember what this theme was.
It was coding.
Coding. So they learn coding. So tell them about coding.
We basically didn't even do computer stuff mostly. We just learned about it, but we did a little bit of computer, but. I forgot what coding already.
So they actually do a lot of self-building and just a lot of a multitude of self-building and educational stuff. I don't have the curriculum, so I don't know. However, they also they eat 3 times a day. Was it 2 times a day in the cafeteria of the college? So it's a college readiness program. At 11 years old, my son has college on his brain. And what does Jan say? College. What did she say? College bound.
Always be college.
So everything is college bound. So that's a blessing to have an 11-year-old go on a college campus and prepare his mind, for college. And so that's so cool. And the awesome thing about it is his brother graduated from North Central College and had no idea that his little brother was a part of a program that was held at the college. And so that was so cool. We went to his graduation, and kudos, big ups to Deontay. He's definitely a role model for Davion. So we thank God for him. And so, question for you, son: why do you think it's important for parents to play a part, be active in their kids' lives?
It's important because if your kid grow up to be nothing, it's all your fault.
I like that. Give me 5. That's right.
be nothing because of all your fault. Because you didn't take the time to do what your child wants to do. So you have to play a role in them so they can build their empire, be a good person in life.
Well said. I'm teaching the kid. I'm teaching them kid. So how would you feel if I dumped you off at my mother's house all the time? If I just said, you know what, Davion, you gotta go to Granny house. You gotta go to Granny. How would you feel? How would that make you
I
feel?
feel sad because like I expect better from you because you always be take me good places, then do good things. And why would you just do that out of the blue? Even though I ain't do nothing, but
I'm happy that you're saying this because as we know that there are some parents who don't take time and spend time with their kids. So to hear an 11-year-old express how he feels, if I were to do that to him, just pushes me to continue to be active in his life. And also tell him some of the things that you do. So it's important for me. So sometimes I have to take the back seat of a lot of things that I want to do because, it's just what I have to do. I have to provide a platform for my son to be able to prosper. So right now I'm teaching him in so many words to be able to have multiple streams of income. So as I mentioned, he's was taking swimming class, and from there, he learned to swim, and from there he could be a junior lifeguard. He's a drummer, and in the future he can be a paid drummer. What else? Now he's tumbling. You have the Olympics pretty soon. There'll be revenue from that. He's smart, so there's a bunch of different things that I do that he probably don't even understand and won't understand until he's older. To whereas I want to make sure that he's able to do what he needs to do when he's older. And so, with that being said, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, listening to Heavenly Cynt speak, my support system, my mom and my grandma, whom I know is watching, for always being just supportive and being understanding and allowing me to be great with the help of my son. And son, is there anybody also? I want to thank KNTV for giving me this platform to express or to showcase my life and some of the guests that I have on here to show what they're doing. So son, is there somebody that you want to say?
Yes, everybody, and on that live too.
So again, everybody, and on that live, like he said, thank you for tuning in. And again, sorry my guest couldn't make it. It is what it is, and I thank God for my son filling in the gap. Until next week, see you guys.